Final Justice, Then and Now. This is a documentary on Reverend Oscar Walden Jr., up close and personal, as he revisits his past, present, and talks about his future. Today, Reverend Oscar Walden Jr. will share with you his life, revisiting the locations, some for the first time since being freed from prison, and giving a candid description on what took place that day on 106th and Torrance Avenue that would change the course of his life forever. This is a day that he would never forget. A young man being accused of a crime he did not commit and being sentenced to 75 years in prison. And how, through his faith in God, he, Oscar Walden Jr., knew that God would see him through. Final Justice, Then and Now.
I remember very distinctly that there were businesses all along here, all the way to 47th Street on both sides of the street. Beauty parlors, barber shops. All of these businesses along here were owned by black folks. This was before they tore the buildings down and built Robert Taylor homes. I was here and saw all of that. We moved to Altgeld Gardens in 1944. I remember very distinctly my mother telling us kids, "I'm tired of these roaches and bed bugs and chinches eating on y'all." She said, "We're going to move to the outskirts of town, to a place called Altgeld Gardens. The city fathers have built 1,500 black families, buildings for them, houses for them, for low and middle income people." And I was happy as, well, I don't know what to say, I was just happy. And, but if I had known what was waiting for us out there in Altgeld Garden, I would have said, leave us here with the roaches and the chinches and the bed bugs, because white folks were not ready for us out there. Because you could start at 103rd Street and go all the way from 103rd Michigan to 119th of Michigan, and wasn't nothing black out there that owned anything. Just the 1,500 black families living in Altgeld Garden. We made Rosebud Farm what it was. But we used to go from Altgeld Garden and go over there every Saturday, every weekend, and they used to wring those chickens' heads off and cut them up and serve the people that in Altgeld Gardens. Fresh chickens. And Rosebud Farm is a national organization now, filthy rich, off of those black people that lived in Altgeld Garden. I'll never forget my first day of school at Coleman here. My mother told my sister, Dorothy, said, "Dorothy, now you take brother," they called me brother, "you take brother to school and be sure you bring him back home now after school, because this is his first day of school." And I never will forget. I laugh when I think about it. She told me, "Now, brother, you turn left when you get here, and get out, and I'll be down the street here, you know, down the other end of the building." I turned right instead of left. And I was standing there crying. I didn't know. I was lost. You know, and in a real sense, I've been lost a long time in my life. I was so glad Eleanor came by and found me. I came home. I was so happy. I never will forget that.